So
All right, we are live. Me and Shane were just talking about him coming to Dallas because he lives in far away. Texas is a huge land, right?
it's a pretty big state.
It's a pretty big state. I never actually look at the map to see
I mean, it's
how it
no
compares.
Alaska, but
Oh,
still,
Alaska, yeah.
at least we're modern.
Yes.
We
Okay.
have flushing toilets.
Oh.
I'm sure
All right.
they Alaska, but most of it's outhouses. If you
So
watch TV,
yeah. So we are back now, right? I think this is another
not today.
recent movie that we are doing. I think the last one
Yeah.
was Black Widow, and because Matrix just came out recently,
No,
right?
Dune was a recent movie.
Oh, Dune was more recent, yes.
Dune was the most recent.
And I could tell you why we're doing this one because it was on HBO Max,
Yeah. It's an
right?
HBO Max or HBO Plus. It is Max, ain't
No,
it?
this is HBO Max, yes.
All right. Well, I'll get the Disney stuff.
Yeah, I believe that's why we do recent movie
They
because
should just
Black
put
Widow,
everything plus, okay? 'Cause it's just
yeah,
easier.
like Paramount Plus,
Yeah.
yeah,
What's wrong with Warner Brothers?
they're trying to be different. You know that the DC do, they're
Oh,
trying to be different.
yeah, they do. They do it into the ground.
Yep, they don't want to look like anybody else or sound like anybody else.
Okay, well, that's sometimes it's a good deal, but
So, what did you
I
think of
don't.
this movie? Let me get your
I
opinion first.
don't really like it.
Okay, so that was my first impression, right? And then I was hoping that you would talk me into a way where, like, okay, this movie was pretty good.
I would like to talk you into liking this movie, but I can't even talk myself into watching it again.
So
I
I
mean,
tried to do
I
that.
can't say it's god awful. Okay,
Okay.
first off, we're gonna start with the first thing. It already just kind of made me go. It's over 2 hours and a half. I was
Yeah,
two and
it's
a
over
half
2 hours.
hours.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't stand any of the other metrics that long. I mean, the first metric was awesome. The next two,
The second
this
one
one
was
I
the
was watching.
shortest movie.
This one was actually a recap.
It is.
It's one giant recap.
And it feels
And a
like,
love story, by the way. They hit a
oh,
love story into it. And then, plus, I'm like, it's got. I mean,
so it's about human choice and love story, right? Like to
is
me,
that what it's
it's
about?
the romance. It's the love
Okay.
story between Trinity and Neo. That was it.
I just gotta say this. It was about how bored can you get? That's what it was to me.
Well,
How
let's talk
bored
about the
can you?
cool things
I was
first.
bored in this movie. This was a boring movie.
I was too.
I'm like, I've already seen all this crap. Why are you showing it to me again with different characters
So I'm so glad that you point out you've seen all this
that
crap,
have the
right?
same names?
Right. The one of the notes, first thing I put is like, there's nothing really impressive about the special effects on this movie, since everything we've
Yeah,
seen, right?
because basically
Yeah.
to me, this was actually a rehash third movie.
We has third movie.
Yeah,
Interesting.
to me, it was like the third movie because the third movie had, oh, let's see how many Agent Smiths we can get.
Mm,
Let's see how many all these we can get. That's all they did. It's like the third had a lot of crap from the second one I didn't like,
mm.
and then this one a lot from the third one I didn't like because it's like almost at the end of the movie, all the people that's in the movie come after him. I'm like, goodness gracious, I
Right.
already saw this. I'm
Well,
like,
they
this
make
zombie
some
movie or
changes, right?
what?
Like the
Yeah, they made some.
robots or the machines are actually literally like some of them are on their side, like on
Yeah, well, the machines are sitting it now.
right, and then
So
they
they
don't
have
use the
they're
phone
free. Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. They're not AI. They are sentient. They make their own decisions. They live like people. They're just made out of machines. They
Yes.
weren't even made by humans though. They're made by computer programs.
So it feels like it's the evolution of those machines
Yeah,
that they
well,
get to choose.
well, the thing is, you got humans, and they're just one race. Humans. I mean, they got multiple colors and ethnic backgrounds,
Oh
but
yeah,
hey, they're
yeah.
all one deal. But the machines, they're divided up in different camps. They got all the different machines built by different things, and then of course you have the Matrix, which is a computer program and
Yes.
not a machine. And then you got that guy, what's his name?
Neil Patrick
That's
Harris.
the yeah, well, the architect's
Oh,
what I was.
so I
Yeah,
love that
Neil
he's
Patrick.
the architect. That was the
Yeah,
best thing in this movie.
yeah, but it still wasn't legendary.
No, it's not. Like
It was not
you
legendary.
and I both love Neil Patrick Harris, right? But like on this
Uh,
movie,
yeah, in one TV show. I
well,
mean,
in the
I'm
one
not that
TV
big a
show.
fan.
Well, I like him
Yeah,
a lot in How I Met Your Mother and
that's the
yeah,
only thing I can
and
remember.
Harold and
I mean,
Kumar
he's good.
and Harold and
Oh
Kumar.
yeah, yeah, Harry Kumar, he's pretty good.
Right.
I like it. Yeah, when he plays a character, he's awesome. I mean, I
Yes.
don't like Doogie Howser. I can already tell you that. And I can't
I
remember
don't
he
remember
was all
Doogie
that good
Howser.
in Starship. He was in Starship Troopers. Remember that?
Yes.
Was that
Yeah, I
super
do.
smart guy? But that's
I
like
think
the
that was the
second.
first time we seen him after Doogie Howser.
I think it is because
Yeah.
I was like, that's Doogie Howser. Okay. I mean, he probably would have been better if he had a better director and Starship Troopers didn't suck.
Well, it was a good director, right? Star Trek Super is Paul Van.
I guess it is, but
Yeah,
the problem is, why didn't that movie work? But we're not talking about that movie. Let's
yeah.
go back to what we're
Go
talking
with your
about.
Matrix.
We'll trash Starship Troopers some other time this year,
Yes.
maybe. I mean, we got a lot of other movies to trash, so let's keep going.
So are we trashing this one because I would like to get an
Well,
understanding.
I mean, I don't know. I
It's hard to say,
I'm
right?
sure there's people that watched it and go, "Wow, this is refreshing." But I'm like, how? You already saw this movie.
So in a way, I feel like the Matrix was making a parody of itself.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's making a parody of itself because it seemed to take itself pretty seriously. Because if you're doing a parody of yourself, then you'd have a lot of little jokes and stuff. I was like, there was no jokes.
Wasn't there
This
some
is
jokes?
funny. Well, not they may have told each other
The
jokes.
black
Probably
cat
didn't.
was there out of place, right? Like when you kind of first
Deja
get the
Vu.
glimpse,
The
yeah,
cat-
deja vu.
cats, which I would actually never name my cat Deja Vu.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird.
But I would
yes.
like to have a black cat because they're creepy.
Yeah, I
They
would like a
creep
black
people
cat
out.
too.
I
yeah.
don't think they're creepy, but I think other people think they're creepy, and that just makes me feel good about myself because I'm like,
So what did you think that, like, I guess the architect, him being the psychiatrist for Neo, right? Or Mr. Anderson.
well, yeah, well, he was
He was controlling him.
Yeah, because he's. I mean, basically that's what a psychiatrist is, and don't they kind of control you anyways? I mean, you tell them problems, and they tell you, oh,
I don't know.
this. They kind of like, oh, this is how you fix it, but actually they're telling you what to do.
Oh, I want to go back to that joke part because I put a note on here, right?
If you're a psychologist out there and you got offended by what I say, when I say stuff, hey, put it in the comments so I could read it.
Yeah.
And not do what you say.
So we were talking about parody, right? Actually, I wrote this down here. Like maybe this is not the story we think it is. When when that girl
says it probably is. I mean, it could be a story, but it's a future story though. So there's no way it's not the story we don't know. Basically, when she's saying that, I think she's saying we may not. The characters in that movie who are all young people and all the other people are old, they may not know the story that's been told to them.
Okay.
Get it? Like Jada Smith's character, she may have told the story several hundred times of how the machines get won and how the war. And they got told a different story, so they get in the Matrix and they're starting to re-see what a story they think they're seeing. They're seeing something else, but it turns out
that's right.
There's another story starting, and another story starting turns out that Neo's not dead because they assumed he was, and it turns out his girlfriend wasn't dead either. They just remember they got carried off the machine. We even said that in the last one. We think they were dead, and I was like, no, because they carried his body off. So basically,
yes,
they realized he was dead. They went and picked him up and put him in the machine. They started Neil Patrick Harris's character, who's the architect of the thing, which we've seen before, just made a new Matrix. They made a brand new Matrix. So I don't know the
Oracle this time.
So I don't know. Yeah, because Oracle's stuck in another Matrix. They probably erased that program. Who knows? But that's the thing. This is another program that they built.
Well, they have the Melvin.
But the problem is, apparently, they're using the two characters to help build. They're actually the guys powering
Neo and Trinity.
Neo and Trinity are actually powering this Matrix, I guess, in a way. They must be using other power, too, because when they unplug them, nothing goes off. I mean, if I unplug a plug, it goes off. It's just the way it works. I don't give a crap who's inside that machine.
Maybe it's two plugs. But yeah, like something. I thought something would have unfunctioned.
For them, it's two plugs. But if I pull out both plugs, it's still go off.
So
it's better.
Yeah, now I'm so confused. Like, so the architect was still using the machines.
So he was basically using them. He may have been using their thought process and stuff to build this giant world, but in order to control them, he made Neo think that he was living a regular world, and everything that he may accidentally pull up, all the dreams he had, he just decided, well, that's your dreams. He goes, all your memories are actually your dreams now. You're leaving the Matrix. You don't notice anything. And every time you start to have an episode, I just bring you back in under control.
Wow.
But he's got to keep Trinity inside this program, too. What's he do? He marries off Trinity to some dude, and she has 3 kids, which I want to point out, the guy that she's married to, we see her husband.
Yeah.
He's the director of all the John Wick's movies.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know what else is awesome? He's also in the first Matrix movie.
He was?
Yeah, he was his stunt double. Neo's stunt double.
Keanu Reeves stunt double?
Yeah, come on. You start off with Keanu Reeves stunt double, and the next thing you know, you're directing John Wick's movies.
Is that why John Wick is so good? Because he's a stuntman himself?
I'm not going to comment on that. Maybe so. I mean,
well, I mean, like the stunt work, not like.
I mean,
but the
by
movies are
that
good.
theory, by that theory, Cannonball Run should have been a super hit.
Oh yeah. Oh
Which
okay.
I like Cannonball Run, but I mean, it was directed by stuntman.
Yeah. Cannonball Run. I seen that. I haven't seen that in a long
Okay.
time because that's
Yeah,
Jackie
come
Chan
on.
in it.
Oh, that's why you saw it.
Yes.
Actually, that's why everybody went. I'll be like me and my brother. We were going to see it for Burt Reynolds. Well, kinda, because I mean he was smoking the. But also, it's like, who's this dude fighting? We're like, that's we thought it was karate, but
Yeah.
But hey, it's America, okay? We've learned, we've evolved. Because back then, karate was the thing.
Right. Oh yeah, I know karate.
Well, plus they were Japanese. Weren't they supposed to be Japanese or are they Chinese?
Oh, I can't remember what they were though.
Because come on, no way you're going to build a Chinese car and come over here and race.
Yeah, that's true.
Now at the time in the '80s, it was a Japanese car.
It's a Japanese car. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure their characters were playing Japanese.
And I remember the other guy was there. He's actually a comedian. Well, actually, you know what? Jackie Chan's from Hong Kong. The other guy's from Hong Kong too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People from Hong Kong are national. I mean, if you need an Asian man, you get a Hong Kong guy. He could be anybody. He could be Filipino.
Hey, in the other Matrix, it's the other guy that looks like Jet Li, Sue.
Yeah.
I can't remember. So, what's his name now? He's from. He's in a lot of Hong Kong movies too.
We already knew that.
Yeah. So
we know if you're from Hong Kong. So I guess if you're Asian, you're from Hong Kong. We're gonna start that stereotype. Ain't nobody's really from China. Nobody's from Hong Kong.
Yeah, nobody from China.
So, all those people you think from Taiwan, Hong Kong.
So I know you haven't seen the Iron Fist, but that's the girl who plays Bugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
She has I know the Bugs tie-in with the rabbit.
Yeah.
The tech.
She was Bugs Bunny though, because she says, "What's up, Doc?" I wasn't impressed, but
I wasn't impressed too because when she said that thing to Neo, like, "Oh, you probably don't remember me, but you saved me." I thought it was that kid that they were referring to.
Oh, okay.
Back in
I didn't remember. Yeah, I didn't remember at all. I didn't remember any of these characters. I mean, some of the acting was good. I mean, I liked the character that played Morpheus. The new Morpheus?
Yeah, the new Morpheus, the agent.
He's actually
Morpheus,
pretty good. Yeah, he was actually pretty good. And the guy that played the new Agent Smith was pretty good too.
Oh yes.
At the end, he was actually pretty good. I've never seen either one of these guys in anything. Though.
Me neither.
But I was like, first I was like, man, you're gonna be Morpheus? Nah. But I was like, all right. I was good with it after a while. I didn't like him in the form when they got him on the ship though.
Oh, because the program cannot come inside that world.
But the new Smith was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. They brought the French guy back. I was like, why?
Oh, look at a homeless person.
I know they're all bad. I'm like, it's just one little scene in the movie. I'm like, you could have cut that out. You didn't need that scene at all.
Well, that scene was just mostly between Neo and Smith, right? The fight scene.
Yeah, eventually.
But how did you like that? Like, Smith is not really after Neo in this movie. He's after the architect.
No, he's after the Matrix.
Yeah, he's after the Matrix.
Which the same thing he was in the last.
In the last one, yeah.
This was basically the last movie. Was recap. They put scenes that you saw in the first Matrix movies into this movie. I was like, you could have cut that out.
Yeah,
you don't have to show me who
stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to show me who Agent Smith is. I know who he is. You don't have to show me who Morpheus is. I know who Morpheus is. You don't have to show me. I saw those 3 movies.
Yeah. Well, but we saw it recently, though. People, we watch stuff,
Do you
right?
really want to see a movie that you saw last movie? I mean, basically, to me, this was Star Trek Into Darkness.
Ooh, interesting analogy.
I know, because you take a really good movie and then you just take all the crap out of it and write it in. That's just lazy script writing to me.
Well, I don't know about that. You and I still have to talk about that because I still haven't seen Wrath of Khan, but which we should do this year.
We're going to do it this year.
Yeah, because I need to see it.
Because it's just you just bring shame to my house, dude. You shame the Empire. I say it in Klingon, but I'm not.
Oh, would you know Klingon? I think I asked that before.
We went over that. Let's keep going.
Okay. So I thought I didn't like. Well, I won't say I didn't like. I wasn't really in touch with all the new characters from Bugs' ship. Kind of like when Morpheus.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, they just do an introduction. You really don't get that much. I mean, I noticed it seemed like they had backgrounds to all of them, and they even kind of too, but they didn't.
Yeah, because that was one guy.
And that's the thing. Yeah, you didn't really give a crap. I mean, most of them survived, but you really didn't give a crap about all the people in the other cars.
Yeah, the new ones.
You probably should have. Because you saw one girl thought she was wanted to be Trinity in a way. but they didn't give enough of her to care. So they're like, oh, we gotta go save them. I'm like, what? I'm like, and plus we see them driving around on a motorcycle with all these people chasing, and they got people jump out the windows. I was like,
yeah.
I mean, it's probably supposed to be cool, but it wasn't. It just didn't work for me. I was like, is this a zombie movie?
The other thing was like they didn't use too much of the agents in this movie, right? Because they got
there was
bots.
almost no agents. Yeah,
they got
bots.
They got bots to replace them.
Because that's the new thing in our world.
Yeah, that's the new thing in our world. Yes.
But the problem is their world is way beyond past our world. So what do they care about what's going on in our world? They could have stuck with. Plus, we're gonna go back to this. Remember me? You were talking about the phones. How do they go through? They go through mirrors in this movie.
So I was gonna ask you, did you understand that part?
Like, I guess the mirror is supposed to be a computer interface. I don't get it. I guess because it's like a screen, but in their world, in the Matrix, all the screens look like mirrors. But in their world, who knows? That really didn't make sense after you already established it.
Right, because you and I talked about like using cell phones and stuff.
To me, there was like a book. I read a book. Wish I could remember the book. There's a story about all these people, like you live in your regular world, and every mirror is a window into your world. There's like these bird people live in those worlds, and the only keep them the way out of your world is paint over the mirrors.
Well, the one thing,
otherwise they come into your world and take you into their world.
The one advantage I like on having the mirrors is you can instant connection instead of waiting for that stupid phone to ring. Because remember that part on the train, right? There was a little ass window. I mean, a mirror, and Bugs was like, "This is too small. Hey, don't think in perspective. Think it's larger on the other side." I'm like, okay.
Remember, it's larger on the other side, but how are you gonna fit through that tiny hole?
I don't know, because they're in the Matrix.
That'd be like me get you a piece of paper or something, poking a hole in it, and tell you it's bigger on the other side. You're still not gonna go through it on this side.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not space. There's no quantum mechanics in that.
It's kind of like you have the portal gun, right? But the portal has to be big enough for me to walk through. The portal gun is always the same portal either way you shoot it. Yes, even like Doctor Strange, like when he opens that portal, it has to be big enough for people to walk through.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't open it this big, like, hey, Lamb, go through this.
Let's put it this way, okay? I know how they're thinking. It's like Doctor Who. Doctor Who has this little TARDIS. It's just got a door on it.
You gotta explain that to me. Okay. Because I've never seen it.
Okay, I don't know if you can see my TARDIS. Can you see my TARDIS?
Oh, I know what a TARDIS is, yes.
Okay, the TARDIS is the box. The thing is, you go into the box. Let's say it looks like a box, maybe something like this. It's this big. But you go into it, it could be like the size of a Coliseum.
Okay.
Inside there. You know, it's because it's quantum mechanics. It's like you fold time into it. It's like going into a different realm.
So whatever you're going into, the other side is bigger than it looks in the outside.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it's way, because the whole catchphrase of that TV show is people always open the box and they go in and they go, whoa, it's bigger than it is on the outside. Of course, if there was an episode where some little girl goes in there and she's not impressed, and of course Doctor Who's like, why aren't you impressed? And she's like, I already know how this works.
So I never seen that.
But I want to point this out. This is my point, though, before we get too far. The doorway on the TARDIS is at least big enough for somebody to walk through.
Okay, yes, that's the point. Yes.
If he would have had a little doggy door on there, he wouldn't be able to get in the TARDIS. I don't care how big it is on the inside. So that whole scene was stupid.
Yeah, just that little mirror scene, right?
Yeah, they're like talking about perspective. I'm like, who gives a crap?
And you know what really bothers me?
It doesn't matter what it is on the other side.
You know what really bothers me that they did in the second Matrix, they didn't do in this one? Like, even in the beginning scene before they found Neo, right? When they walk through that door, they just run through it. Like, why don't they close it so the other agents cannot come in? I thought about that because they did it several times.
You know, they're those people that don't close doors. You know, you yell at your kids, close the door.
Yeah.
Or agents are going to come in and get us.
I'm like, and you know what? Now as we talk about the things that doesn't make sense, the intro scene, where it looks like it's the same repeat for the first one, right? And I didn't get that. That didn't go anywhere.
Well, I don't know. Personally, it was supposed to draw you into the story. They're like, oh, you're supposed to go, why am I watching the same movie again? And then, of course, all the agents are different and stuff. But to me, I didn't like the intro scene either.
Yeah, I did.
Like, I don't want to see this. I already seen this. And then all the agents are different. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. But it's like a lot of the Matrix stuff. They throw a lot of cool looking scenes in there, and they think, whoa, this movie's so big and it's so intelligent that you're not going to get it. I'm like, come on. What is this, Mulholland Drive?
So now we talk about this, right? We keep talking about Mulholland Drive. We got to do it
soon. Because to me, Mulholland Drive means a movie that people think is so smart that doesn't mean crap.
Yeah.
You
I need
know,
to dissect
if I
it
put a
more.
bunch of random images together, I'll show you a picture of like somebody vomiting, and then show you a picture of somebody eating a hamburger backwards. I'd be like, so he vomited and ate a hamburger, or did he actually eat the hamburger and it caused him to vomit, and we're watching it in reverse?
So
This is so
I'm gonna
artsy.
put this down now. Whenever we do Mulholland Drive, right, I'm gonna look on YouTube to see people's reviews and understanding of it. Then we will talk about it.
Okay, well, I mean, we're like years and years past that now. Since we saw that movie, so maybe somebody's actually broke the code.
Yeah, broke
but I
the
remember
code.
I used to go on the internet all the time to try to figure out if anybody knew this movie, and nobody that's watched it understood the movie. But somehow he got Academy Awards because the people said this was brilliant. But I'm like, it's so brilliant that you're stupid and you don't want to admit that you're stupid and don't understand this movie.
Okay.
So you just gave him an award.
Okay, so
that's like doing something. That's like a kid going and doing a science fair project. He could do something really silly and stupid and make up something out of a comic book. But those people, the teachers, they were like, I don't understand it. Let's give him an award. Get him out of here.
Now I want to ask you this: how did you like that they brought the pill back?
I did like that. I like it in a way because they finally explained what we explained in the first movie.
Yeah.
It's just a metaphor. Like even she points out, there's no pills here. I'm not holding pills. It's your choice. You just use it as a metaphor. So I was like, okay, I already knew that. I guess apparently you're trying to explain to all the people who couldn't get the first Matrix.
Yes.
So I guess that is good. This is probably what
they did it
really
again when Morpheus did it to Neo.
Yeah, that's probably what it's for. I mean, basically, this whole movie was to explain the first three movies to people who didn't get it. I'm like,
after almost 20 years later,
here's the thing. All I got to say is, I'm not looking forward to another Matrix.
No, not after this one.
I don't think they could make it. After the ending this one gets. I'm like, unless they're gonna have the next movie, would have to be them having kids, and those kids are flying around like Superman or something.
Oh, okay. So how did you like that Trinity is the one?
Well, I just know that it's up to date with the times, you know.
So I guess is Trinity another one?
You get what I'm saying? It's up to date. Yeah, well, maybe Neo was never the time. Well, see, Neo was the one, but then all this Me Too movement happened, and all this crap. So
you didn't have to do with
the director? I shouldn't be slamming it like that, but
do you think?
But we do know in most movies now, the women are the heroes.
Yes.
In all movies, even they'll change them. Like say you had a man that was a hero. Well, all of a sudden, in the newest version of the movie, he becomes a woman, like Ghostbusters.
You know what's really funny?
Ghostbusters, all men, now all women.
So you know,
Doctor Who. We're gonna go back to Doctor Who. All men, now a woman.
Okay, so I want to throw this out there because this movie's pretty old.
And I'm cool with that, but I'm like, I'd rather start with that.
Yeah. So okay, so right now, right, you haven't seen Frozen. Okay.
No,
and I've been I'm not pointing. I'm not telling you to see it, but I've been watching. You know, I've been playing like Big Bang Theory. Okay, and what they pointed out is, Frozen is actually in a way a superhero movie.
Yeah, somebody else told me that.
I think it's Big Bang Theory because they were talking about it, and then now that I think about it, holy crap! Remember I told you that like this movie is pretty good, right? Because it didn't have the Disney princess resolution ending of
Kevin Feige? Was Kevin Feige on this?
So that's why I question
Probably.
like, when did they make Frozen? Is it after the first Iron Man? And I think it is.
Yeah, it was after they already bought Marvel by the time Frozen.
Yeah, so when Frozen came out, right? Because I was watching it, I was like, "Oh man, it's gonna end this way, right?" Like Disney, like, oh, it's gonna end this way, and then it didn't. I was like, "Whoa!"
Did they kill Olaf?
So no. So what happens is that was a.
Does anybody get killed?
No, this is a Disney movie. No one's gonna get killed. The superhero element is great.
You're not this movie to me very well.
No, okay, because I can't give it away because like Frozen
I'm
is
sure
actually
it has a happy ending, right?
Oh well,
of course it does.
Of course it does. It's a Disney princess movie with Marvel elements in it.
Okay, well, I'm thinking everything. I mean, they own Marvel, so why wouldn't they have Marvel?
Exactly.
Those guys just making the Marvel movie got bored. They're like, hey, let's make a cartoon.
I think we're gonna do this movie. I'm gonna mention this movie. We're gonna do Free Guy this year because it was done by 20th Century Fox, but I think by the time it released it, right, it was released by Disney.
Okay.
So there has a lot of Disney elements in it because when I was watching this, right, like
I just hope it don't suck.
No, it doesn't suck.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good. So what happens in this movie is like, I guess when we talk about it, I'll go over that.
Ryan Reynolds?
No, the guy from Stranger Things. I know Ryan Reynolds is in it. Yeah.
Say how.
Oh, and the director from
you know how much I love Ryan Reynolds. All his movies are always good.
And the director from Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, it's good. Okay, now it's good.
Yeah. Oh, his character is great.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I'm good. I'm down with it.
well, I like Ryan Reynolds, even though you don't, right?
I actually like Ryan Reynolds, but
I also like Channing Tatum, and they're in this movie together. Channing Tatum's in this, and it feels like every time Channing Tatum does a small part, like a cameo in a movie, right? Dude, he blows it out of the water.
does he? Because I don't really like him that much. He ruined G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
He was in G.I. Joe, and it sucks so bad.
And I'm like,
I mean, like, dude, I still blame him. I mean, he was good in 21 Jump Street, but he still didn't fix all the mess he made of G.I. Joe.
who made G.I. Joe? Paramount?
Who cares? It had
exactly.
Tatum in it.
You know? But yeah, I don't think.
What do you say about Paramount? Paramount makes good movies. They made Iron Man.
I don't think they did good job on G.I. Joe.
They didn't do a good job of G.I. Joe.
Because
I'm still blaming
we saw
Channing
the
Tatum.
first two in the theaters, right? And then it still wasn't
Yeah,
good.
even The Rock couldn't
They
save
couldn't
that.
save it. Exactly. I was about to say the same thing.
I mean, they even killed Channing Tatum in the first and the second movie. And I was like, yeah, killed my favorite G.I. Joe, but it was played by somebody I didn't care for.
They might have to redo it. But no, like, yeah. But we know that's getting off point. But I want to go back to the Matrix.
That's what we do. I mean, we might as well get off point because that's what the Matrix was. It was a jump off point in my life.
So, there's a joke I wrote on here, right? Because it brings back the movie Toys. I put, everything is a copy of a copy. So now I got questions of this duplication process for my investigation.
No. We don't know good movies inside of bad movies.
No, I'm bringing that joke back.
Oh, you just dirtied up Toys, dude. Dirtied up Toys. LL Cool J would be like shaking his head like, no, man. Even Robin White would be like, what?
Man. So
it took a lot out of you to tell me that joke, did
it did, because like I wrote this down, like I don't think it's gonna be good, right, about the duplication process for my investigation. But they actually said this in this Matrix movie. You know? They even made fun of the part about like
I don't know if you know this, but life is all about reproduction.
Reproduction or reboots? Like this is the question of this movie, reboots. Right?
Reproducing.
Oh, and now you talk about Trinity. I forgot to ask her. Do you think they made Trinity as another one because of the director?
No, I don't think so.
Because she wrote this movie.
Yeah, no, she wrote this movie. And I mean, I'm trying to not trash the director. I mean,
I'm not trashing the director, but I think, like you said, we're moving on with the times. I do wish that
we're moving on with the times.
Maybe they should start with Trinity instead of Neo.
They could have. I mean, I think I think it had a good story in the message at the end. They're equals.
Oh, I see that they're equals.
Isn't that really what you want in a relationship anyways?
Yeah.
I mean,
they're equals. Because at the end, he let Trinity just to do all the action and talking.
Yeah. Yeah. She was she was him in a way, you know? They're equals. That's what you want in the world anyways. I mean, I don't know about you, but I would like a relationship where you're equals. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm going to fly like Superman. You got to ride that motorcycle.
Does this ending seems like Dark City? The ending of Dark City? It's the same thing, right? They are going to create a different world.
They are, yeah. I mean, if you go by that analogy.
I'm just talking about the analogy. I'm not exactly the same thing. Like, they're just going to create a new thing.
Yeah, well, I was happy, though, when I got out of that. I was happy when I got to the end of this, too, because I was like, yeah, right, turn it off. But
so you didn't try to watch it twice?
No, I was, before I was be like, oh yeah, I'll watch this twice. But then after I saw it was 2 hours and a half, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch this twice. And then after I started watching, I was like, there is no way I could watch this twice.
So I started watching this twice, right? And I had to ask me like, are you watching this again? I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to pick up some stuff, just in case I missed something.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I
didn't miss anything.
I know, that's the thing. We're making it sound like the movie's god awful. I mean, if you probably really like The Matrix and you like that that world, that universe, that's probably good for you. It's just, to me,
the first one is still the best.
Boring. It was just so. Yes,
the first one is still the best
because it opened that rabbit hole up, and I was like, wow. But now it's like, hey, y'all, everything in the rabbit hole's been duplicated over and over again. So
now the other thing I want to bring comparison is Fast and Furious did it really great with their franchise, right? There's 9 movies. It feels like Matrix.
And they began really good.
They began really good. I'm getting to a point like, okay, I want to watch it, but I'm not in a hurry.
Jump a car and hit a helicopter. I was like, okay.
That was in Die Hard also.
Oh, that was good though. They did that.
Did you just throw a car in a helicopter?
Yeah, that was actually good. but I guess I was tired. I was tired. I mean, Fast and Furious started off good. I remember we used to all go see that movie and stuff. Then after a while, it's like,
I think Fast 5 was the last one. No, I saw another one with my wife. Like maybe Fast 5, Fast 6, Fast 7. I can't remember which one is what now.
I don't know. I haven't seen any. I don't know where I've stopped watching it.
I've saw the 8th one at home.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Is that the 8th? Is that the last one?
No, the 9th one is the newest last.
And I sure didn't.
It has John Cena in it.
And I sure did. Oh, I didn't see that one.
I still haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw.
I haven't either. I really actually don't want to.
I heard people say that's a fun action movie.
I heard people say that too.
So I want to check.
So I guess you could watch it and tell me about it.
Yeah, I definitely will. Maybe I should do. You know what I should do? I should do these one-off reviews just by myself.
Why?
Like this is what I think of the movie.
Then you don't have anybody to talk to.
You know what?
I'm the most interesting part of this show.
You know, I highly agree. Sometimes I just get sometimes I just get stuck in a beam just to listening to you. Like that's why I enjoy talking. Yeah, yeah. A lot of times. So when I was coming home,
we're friends already. You don't have to lie to me.
Oh, okay? I'm not. So when I come home, the other thing I had to tell you, I had Jake's Burgers again for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
You need to come in. You gotta go to Frisco and eat when you come in.
I got to because I want Jake's Burgers.
It was so good.
Hey, did you ever try that sandwich I told you about?
The Flaming Rooster, because it's chicken. Yeah. It's really hard for me to eat chicken because it's so dry.
Theirs is not dry, dude. It's hot.
It's what? It's hot as in spicy?
It's caliente, man.
Oh, I can't eat spicy either.
Oh, well, that just sucks for you.
It does. I can eat it, Tony, to so much, then I stop.
Well, that's the best part, is sweating it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Just sweat it all out, man.
It feels different. But I was saying, right? Like when we were coming home, she asked me like, "Hey, my wife asked me, I know that you were watching it again. Did you ever finish?" I'm like, "No, I didn't finish. I know, like that we can BS for an hour, right, about this movie because we talk about other stuff. But most of the time, I let Shane do the talking. Then I just basically add on to it because now I have comments and questions for him. Because a lot of times, like I could write these notes all I want, right? But it's your opinion. Then I process what you said after. Yeah. Then I'm like, okay, now I have to talk about this.
Yeah, it is. It's opinion. What is this guy?
Unless sometimes we don't have enough to talk about, right? Then we just going to end it early.
Well, sometimes I got to add a lot of extra into some movies just so we have something to talk about.
Yeah, like that's what we went over.
This one, but all the hate I got on this movie's all natural.
Oh, you know what? I want to talk about
exaggerated.
The little Indian girl, or the little Middle Eastern girl.
She was a little. No, she's Indian.
Is she Indian? I have no idea.
Well, she's either Indian or Pakistani. I mean, if we assaulted somebody there,
it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The country was one country at one time before it split.
Oh, I don't even care about that. I love all their food.
but the actress, I'm just going by the actress that played it, the character.
Yeah, the older Seti.
I mean. Yeah, so
I thought it was really interesting that they brought her back. She was the one that helped them resolve how to get Trinity.
Well, I kind of figured out who it was. As soon as you saw her, I was like, huh, I know who you are.
As in you saw her in the gaming thing when they talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh, how much did you... Oh, that's the highlight of my movie, of this one, is when I saw Christina Ricci.
Oh, yes. I remember that, too.
That was so good. I was like, because she looks so familiar. Yes.
I know. I was thinking, is that Christina Ricci?
Because you were like, who is this? Why does she look so familiar to me?
Yeah, like I love Sleepy Hollow, man.
Oh, I just like her, period.
Well, you know why they also brought... Yeah, but they know her real well. You know why? Because they did Speed Racer. Remember Speed Racer?
Oh, that's right.
Which I like Speed Racer. I thought Speed Racer was awesome.
Well, I like Christina Ricci anyway.
I like Christina Ricci
She's so cute.
Yeah, she's all right.
Yes. But she's like that.
She thinks the same about us, but yeah, cool.
She knows. She haven't met me. You don't know.
Well, I'm thinking as soon as she meets us, she'd be like, "Why'd you trash that movie I was in?" Yeah, she's like, "I'll be like, hey, we haven't done Sleepy Hollow yet."
I might be trashing the movie, but I'm not trashing her.
I mean, yeah, let us do Speed Racer and Sleepy Hollow. We'll give you a excellent review.
I love her as Wednesday. I love her as I can't remember what it is.
She's Girl Scouts.
Oh, in Monster.
Oh, I never saw Monster.
With
was she a Monster?
Charlize Theron.
Okay. And I didn't see what was that? What was that one with Samuel L. Jackson, where she's all chained up?
Black Snake Moan?
Yeah, I never saw it.
Seen that. Oh, okay.
But it looks weird, so I might have to watch it. I'll be like, wow, this is just weird.
So we might have to go off sci-fi.
Exactly, nothing's gonna be as weird as a human centipede, so we'll be okay. That's down at the bottom, dude.
You will never. I've seen that movie once. We'll never do that movie. Yeah, one time is
I
two
don't know.
times
You
too many.
sure you don't want to do them?
I'm sure.
It'd probably be like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just get upset at movies that like that, right? They get produced, and then the movies that we want to do never see the light of day.
Well, we should have tied two people together and made one eat their other poops.
Three people.
Oh, hey, we should do 20.
Yeah,
20
okay.
people. Man,
And I think
man, I wonder what it would come out like. It'd be like a cube or something.
I think that's I don't know if there's a cult following, but I think that's more than one human centipede movie. Because people are into
Oh,
that,
I think there is. I mean, probably the best human centipede knockoff is probably South Park. Though.
Yes.
Hey, South Park should do their knockoff of this Matrix movie. I bet you it'll be better.
Oh.
Especially the mirror thing.
Yes. They did do Harry Potter. They did a lot of stuff. They did superheroes. They did COVID. They talked about SpaceX. They did a post-COVID, which I haven't watched yet. But
they talk about everything. They would talk about what color their poo was. Okay. I mean, if you make that many seasons, you got to talk about something.
Yes, I mean, like they're still going strong, right?
I know, because I mean, even Seinfeld had a lot of episodes, but they eventually ran out of stuff to talk about, even though they talked about nothing.
They did nothing, no resolution. No one made that by themselves. You know what? This is just like Seinfeld, right? Well, would you say this Matrix movie did anything better for themselves? No one bettered themselves.
Well, no. I mean, they probably thought they bettered the movie by raising up Trinity, but
I think they did it the wrong way.
I don't know.
I mean, like, I like the ending of this, right? The Trinity thing, but like, I guess the way they build up to it.
I guess the story maybe was for closure.
For Neo and Trinity.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like ended the third one go. So did he live or did he die? To me, I was like, what does it matter?
Oh, I didn't.
He got a park bench. Yeah, he got a park bench named after him.
Yeah,
I mean, that's more than me and you ever have, probably.
Yeah, I know.
I don't really want a park bench. But... I mean, a statue would be cool, but
but
no, people bust statues down after a while.
You know what's one thing that I thought I was going to look forward to? I didn't think Keanu Reeves, right, was going to shave his head for this movie.
Oh, well, he's a team player though.
He is, right?
You're right, man. This guy wants to make a movie.
Yeah,
he makes a movie.
When he shaved his head,
they're like,
he looks even younger.
Exactly. They're like, can we poke holes in your arms? And they says, is it for a movie? And they're like, yep. And he goes, yep, cut me up.
He's just a cool dude, man. Did you ever seen that meme about Brendan?
I don't know. I never met him.
I mean, like, did you ever see that meme about Brendan Fraser and Keanu Reeves? Like, someone put on the internet,
I have not.
Right?
I have not.
Okay, so. Because Brendan Fraser is also a cool dude. If they put Brendan Fraser and Keanu Reeves,
that's what we're assuming.
Yeah. So if they put Brendan Fraser and Keanu Reeves in a movie called Movie, right? We'll just go see it, and I'm like, yeah, son of a bitch, they're right. I would.
I know you would, but then again, you see a lot of things. You saw the Human Centipede. I didn't.
Yeah, it's
just sick. What kind of sicko are you?
Because it was for free.
Oh,
I watched it for free. I wasn't gonna pay for it.
But if I picked a turnip off the ground and headed to you, told you it was a candy bar, it's free. Would you eat it?
That's different. I feel like those situations are different analogies though. Like that's not one situation.
If I put it in a wrapper and told you it was a candy bar,
because it doesn't hurt me at all.
Okay.
Now eating that mysterious turd, it might hurt me. It might. I said that's the key word.
I don't know. It'd be like doing the Human Centipede right there without an umbilical.
Oh boy. What else do we want to say about this movie? Did we cover everything? We talked about Christina.
I don't know, because I mean, we already want to just keep going to something else.
We do, right? Oh,
I mean, basically, anybody out there, basically, just watch the first three over again, and let me tell you how it ends. At the very end, it carries them off. They live happily ever after.
It's a sacrifice movie. Neo's sacrifice.
The third one was a sacrifice movie. This one wasn't. This one was just a recap of what happened, and then it tells you how they got back together. This one is getting
even, right? Like they just want to beat up the architect.
This one could have been How I Met Your Mother.
Oh,
could have been, because it had all the characters. It had Neil Patrick Harris. That's all you really needed. And then of course it had Neo, and he met his wife, and then they had kids. I don't remember seeing the kids, but there was kids.
Oh.
But it wasn't as good. Well, I mean, it didn't have that whiner. What's the main character in How I Met Your Mother?
Ted Mosley.
Yeah, he's such a whiner. I hate that character. Almost like I like that show. I like every character in there except for his character.
Oh,
He's the main
I
character.
thought of something else. The strawberry. When they were able to grow fruit or food, they were able to grow fruit. The strawberry part when he first met Naomi, right? And they were talking.
Yeah, that was so important to me. That's probably why I don't remember it.
Okay, so I was gonna ask you about that. Like, what is the big deal about that? Like, obviously, to you wasn't a big deal because for a long time they were eating like I guess oatmeal or something, but or even
well, I think it has a lot to do with living way down in a cave, though. You can't really grow vegetables down in a cave unless you're. Well, I mean, you probably could grow marijuana with a grow lamp, so you might as well be able to grow everything else. I don't understand that.
But it was just.
But I know. Remember when they show up? Remember when they show up underground? Though they have something that looks like a sky. They start forming a sky.
Yeah.
In mist and water. And I guess they're like, well, because we can do that, we have strawberries. But let me tell you something about.
Yeah.
I hate strawberries. I can't stand strawberries. I like the smell of strawberries. If I got to that
that's
place
just a personal thing.
And all I found was strawberries, I guarantee you I'm gonna let those machines in. I'm gonna let them kill everybody.
But wasn't that machines like they get that with the help of the machines? What did they call them? Sentinels or whatever? I can't remember.
Well, they call them machines that grew strawberries. Now I don't like those machines. Now all of a sudden you even made the movie worse for me.
No, well, because the humans are working with the machines.
I would have grew blueberries or something.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the humans working with the machines.
Oh no, that was a good deal. That's our future. I hope. Well, let me put it this way: you either work with the machines,
or they go take,
or you get Terminator, while they're putting us in cattle cars and shooting us and whatever, using our skin to make books for other aliens to read.
Sounds
and
like
robots.
Okay,
they're robots, dude. They are the superior machine.
I guess the only other thing I want to point out is like when they got a hold of Neo, right? And they got to the thing, and then they go to the mirror to see the psychiatrist, Neil Patrick Harris. That's when you know. I think that's when I knew that this is the architect, because he was right there when he was like, oh, this is a dream. Like you're making this. Well,
the problem with the joys of the internet, I never read it or nothing, but just flipping through the internet, I already knew he was the architect, so it's not a big deal.
I had no idea. I mean, I never looked.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had exposure to it. Should have been quarantined, but I know who he was. I mean, come on, he's such a big character. Why would the Christina Ricci was probably to throw you, but I was like, Neil Patrick Harris in a movie, he's a main character. I don't care. I mean, I already knew this guy's got to be a big guy.
He is. He's a bad guy. I love it.
He was the bad guy. Well, he was not the bad guy. He was the guy running the machine. He's just a computer programmer. Can you hate a computer programmer? Yes. You got guys set in front of the machine. It's like the game. It's like, let's say when you're sitting there playing the Xbox and you're making your guy do bad things and stuff. Are you the bad guy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can hate computer programmers. You can hate the guy who programmed Windows 8.
I mean,
you can hate the guy who hate Windows Vista and now Windows 11. Yeah,
but by what you just said there, I can hate anybody, and I do normally. I hate everybody, but okay, I think we lost our subject right there.
No, we're still staying on about the architect.
I was too busy thinking about all the people that I hate, but
what did they program something?
I usually don't hate anybody. Until they talk to me, and I'm like, yeah, I hate you.
Oh, great. Not this guy. This guy.
Well, not you. I love you, dude. I love a lot of people. There's a lot of individuals I love. It's just everybody else.
It's just that these people are like, I don't like this guy.
Like I said, I don't hate all the game players. Well, yeah, I do.
Game players. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I do. Okay. I hate game players. Because usually, if you play against them on Xbox Live, they're the ones yelling cuss words at you. I'm like, dude.
Because
your mom can hear you. You're only 5.
Okay. Well, I guess with that, right, we could probably end it.
I wish we had more subjects to talk about the Matrix, but I'm like, if you saw the first 3, like I told you, that's the same movie, but at the end, Neil Patrick Harris becomes the bad guy, and Trinity and Neo, she wears the pants in the family, and they become man and wife.
Yes. So with that, right, and I'm gonna end it on this here. We didn't end it on a high note. It was the beginning of 2022.
We couldn't because this movie never hit a high note.
No, so with this movie, we didn't hit a high note.
Yeah, it's like the Jaws theme, dun dun dun, and it never actually picked up. It just did that way all the way through.
So with that, I shall end it right here. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.